Hey there everybody, Brooks here, and today we are taking a look at the Lego Ewok Village. This is set number 10236. It has 1,990 pieces and originally retailed for $250. Sorry, it's so hard to fit it all on camera, so let's take a look at it, and I do apologize because this is a 2013 set. Now, I am trying to do the star sets in order of when they were released, but see, I did the 2011 one, but then I skipped directly to the 2014 one. I didn't get any from 2012, and this is the only 2013 set. The reason I skipped this and did the 2014 one first is because this is just so big, and I wanted to wait till the weekend so I had some free time so that I could review this. So let's take a look at that structure right there. Yeah, so this review is definitely going to be sort of messy, just such a big set this one is, but we are going to take a look at the minifigures, all of them separately later, and they have a ladder off to the side. That's a nice build, you know, uses two of the rope pieces, then some of those droid arm pieces so that the scout trooper could be coming up there. Two mushrooms with prints on the floor, that's very nice. And then up there we have Wicket and Ewok, and that makes me very happy. So we have the balcony, you know, just like some tree detailing up there. It looks like sort of a room, but the ladder, which we'll take a closer look at later, does detach because we just want to look at this right now. And there's a play feature built into the thing. It can work with minifigures, but not if they have a spear this big, like even the long leg minifigures. So what you do, sorry about that, the leaf just fell off there. So wait, first I actually want to look at this. So we have the log detailing around this side as well. There's how it looks from the back. That's the play feature right there. But here's this side. We have the little hut up there with the two flames. We have some leaves and foliage up there. And I do like how there's sort of some empty space here, so you could pose figures up nicely there. But here's the play feature. You put him on the floor, and then you can actually pull the whole floor right off, and he will slide out from there. So let me try to do that one more time. Yeah, so that's how it works, and then it just falls out straight from there. And that's what happens, but what you're doing is, there are two tiles there, and when you pull this, tiles just move. So it's sort of like a trapdoor or an escape route. As soon as the scout trooper gets up here, you just go straight on down. So that's it for this little side build. So here's the rest of the very hard to film village, but taking a look up on this side, moving that speeder out of the way, you see the sort of ladder here, and it's done up very nicely with jumpers and then those droid arms to make the ladder, and then that works really well, you know. You could have a few figures. Obviously, if you bring back in this sort of side tree right here and then reattach the ladder, let me try to do that. Then obviously, you know, you could get a better look, you know, maybe like this. I personally like when it's arched like this, just looks more like what it would be in the real thing. Moving the cannon out of the way because we can take a look at that later. So you can see down in here, we have a whole section that lifts out. There's a bunch of foliage, some mushrooms, putting that back in right there. I like how they like sort of hint at some ground space. And the same thing can be done to connect those two logs right there. So when you move this thing, you're really just gonna wanna move these patches out of the way and the tree, and then take the houses off, and I'll show you that later. But let's look at the logs because they all have play features. So for one, a stormtrooper is standing right here, and this whole thing lifts up, has a little room in there. Off to that side, it has a scout trooper with a bunch of tally marks. And off to this side, we have something in an Ewokian language and a heart around it. And a figure could fit up in there with an accessory, as long as it's not one of those spirits. Whole thing closes up. Nice how it hides that figure right there. For other play features, you could have one speeder coming by here, and then the web comes out and he could crash into that or something. You could see that there's something I pushed down here to activate that, and it has a spider. And the trees are they look like almost the same but different enough on the outside, so good variety there. And now I detached the other side tree build, but coming to this side, you see some more sort of detailing on all of the logs right here. And here's another thing. You could have maybe an Ewok, because they have the short legs, stand up in there, because this is a door piece. And then inside is supposed to be a weapon rack. Maybe put some guns, that's extra weapons. So yeah, already a lot of play put into this. We've already seen 1, 2, 3, 4 play features, and we're about to see a 5th. Yep, this is good. I think most of you already know what this is gonna do, but let's see it anyway. I'm gonna pull something in the front, and yeah, those will just come down together. That's really nice. Unfortunately, any of the AT-ATs they've made to scale do not work with this. Not AT-ATs, sorry. Any of those walking things that they've made do not work to scale with this. Except recently we have a Rogue One battle pack, and that sort of works with this. So this is not included in the set. I just wanted to let you know that. But this is from a Rogue One battle pack, which I'll review later. So if this video is pretty old while you're watching it, it's probably out. Or if you're watching it now, it will probably be out in 2 weeks. So this is how it works out. And then, yeah, it doesn't work too well, but I like how this feature works out just all together, Maybe you could have a battle, just make up your own story, bring Darth Vader into this, force him up, and then make it close on him. Just get a nice last look at that. I really like how the logs look, the sort of plotches of land down there. And let's take a look up here. Oh yeah, really quickly. If you can still see the 2 logs in the background, that will close up. Yeah, pulling that and pushing it, that's the activation. Pushing it so it opens, pulling it so it closes. And the way that works out is you have this sort of piece or pieces, nice build here, so that will hold them apart. Then by pulling that in, they close together. So that's just how that works right there. So I really like how they integrated that in, and I think it looks well, and it doesn't take away from display value. Yeah, so now let's take a look at the top, and there's just so much going on here. Let's just take a look at this whole festive area here. So we have a place right here. Let's move some of the figures out of the way so you can get more of an idea of scale and stuff. So you could have an Ewok come and stand here and do his thing on the drums right there. And then we have Han Solo moving the gun out of the way. Sadly, he does not have a fearful face, so yeah, he's smiling while he's turning above the fire. And if you have his hands in, it should work a bit better. I think you have to have the flames angled down a bit. Yeah, and then he can turn full 360 all around when they were going to cook him. So you have this thing on the side that you can spin right up. That's a nice build, and then 2 jumpers to attach him. Again, he doesn't have the scared face, so it doesn't work out that well. And then back there's another spot for a drummer. We have a Stormtrooper helmet with some nice dirt printing on it, and then we have a black minifigure head. We have this helmet with a black minifigure head, and then here we have a Scout Trooper helmet and a black minifigure head that's stuck in there. So I like how that turned out. And then we have C-3PO back there, sort of move him off, but the chair is floating right now, and that's all due to a play feature. So this play feature is really neat. It can hold right there. Let me slide it down, and then that's how it would be when it's just regular. And then when Luke wants to convince them that he's a god or whatever, you could use this see-through piece back here and lift it straight up and then attach it to the clips once again. And then on the other side, you can see now that the chair is lifted. That is so nice and needed for this set. Moving R2 and the Ewok out of the way, and this one, just to get a bit more clearance. You can see back there, that's where Han and Luke were first, tied up. So we have two barrels back there, one having a spear and two wood sticks, identical, one other one, but maybe those are used for the drums. And then two of these pieces. Who knows, maybe you could use the sticks and make a weapon. Off toward the back, this shows the sort of ropes. So what you'd do is you'd take Han and Luke, put them like this on the jumpers. Oh, the spear got knocked off. Sorry about that. But then you turn this whole thing around, and using the ropes, you'd sort of take one off, tie him up, and then put it back on the opposite side. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's a bit hard to get your fingers in here and all, but then you could do the same for Han. So there are Han and Luke all tied up. Han has his rope near to the head. It's harder to see on Luke because he has black legs, but they are around the legs. So that's very nice. Also needed, I believe, in my opinion. So let's take a look at, so you can see that they have 3 huts. Let's take a look at the one Princess Leia is staying at first. So Princess Leia and all the other huts are sort of on these spinning pieces, but we could pull them right off. There's the spinning piece there, and then move this out of the way to get a better look at the hut. So here's sort of Princess Leia's place where she's staying. So off to this side, we see some tree detailing, some steps up there, more off to this side, and then the entranceway a figure can fit through. And again, on the roof, we have some plate space, so I put a Ender Trooper up there. Down in there, in the lower level, we have a bed, a table, and a torch, and up there we have a bow, and then something written in the Ewok language, a butterfly, and then a spear or an arrow. So that's it for this build. Looking back at the village on the whole, that's how it looks sort of in there. Some balcony detailing on the side, but going off to this side, we're going to take a look at the smallest hut, the one story one. And this is where C-3PO sort of told the story to all the Ewoks who were listening. So we have some flame in there and 2 torches. So just empty, and I think that is fine because we did want some space to just put a bunch of figures in there. We have some torches, some leaves, and up there more space for figures again, and then sort of catapult system. So you take these cylinders, only one at a time, put it in there, and then you push back at that and they fling off. So that's it for how that works, and here's how it looks from the front if you haven't seen it already. Lastly, the kitchen. On the lower floor you can see some balcony, again on one of those spinning plates. Just gonna pull that right off. So let's take a look at it. The entrance sort of looks the same to all the other ones, sort of built the same as well. We have some torch detailing, nice tree detailing on the sides. Also looking at the top here, this comes into a play feature which we'll look at later. And up there is sort of food storage. We have 2 sausages and then a leaf piece and one of those bags. That's very nice. Here we have a nice cauldron or pot piece and some flames represented down there, and then a carrot and a stem. So yeah, and there's some space to put a figure in there and maybe one up here. So that's it for the kitchen build. There isn't really that much space up on top to fit figures, but let's take a look at the rope play feature. So here's where Chewie gets caught. So what you're intended to do is just leave the net there, and then you pretend that Chewie comes in, and it's really intended to work with one figure only, but then you can attach all the corners of the net with this piece here, like so. And let's get this third corner in, and then now we have one last corner. So that's how that works. I think that you could actually fit 2 figures in there, so that looks pretty good, you know, a nice look to it, and it was much needed in this so that we could, you know, recreate that scene. So I just wanted to give you one last good look at this whole place here, because this set is amazing. So there are 2 side builds included in the set. Here we are looking at a catapult. Sorry about this leaf falling off here. Just try to reattach that. Okay, so here we are looking at a catapult build. These don't do anything, but they add nice detail. We have some leaves off to the side, some more droid arms, and then this, here's the feature. It uses a piece here so it doesn't go back too far, but feature is that when you take one of these rock pieces, whatever it's supposed to be, and then push back on that, because it has that sort of rubber piece in there, it gives it a sort of spring. So a better build than the last one, but it does use the same piece as the catapult on the roof of one of those buildings, and I do like this a lot. It is the ship mast piece, and that's what they are using to hold the stones. The other side build, meanwhile, is a speeder, and I'm happy to get this because we do see it in the movie. They have these nice designs here with these triangle pieces with clips on the back. Those are very nice. And then off to the back, we have this glass piece to sort of stand it off, but taking that aside, we have some skids there. Ooh, this one is backwards. I don't know why that is, but I really like that piece used here. And then sort of the motorcycle piece, but in older style. So that's where they can stand or sit, you know, or whatever. And then there are the 2 handles and a backpack on the back. And I really do like the inclusion of this piece here because it just looks so good standing up like that. Here is R2, and it's the older design with the lighter colors. So we have the white base and then that gray, not like that dark grayish head print. And then, you know, he can be articulated like this, so he can move a lot. So yeah, again, I really think that this R2 mold that they've come up with looks just so accurate, and happy that they continue to use them, you know? Nothing like other than prints that could get better about the molding here. So here's C-3PO. His torso printing looks very good and accurate, and then the head mold is accurate and we have no reason to change it. And this is the older version, so no leg printing, but you know, everyone's like, oh, just C-3PO, sort of a throwaway character since we've gotten so many of him. But honestly, like looking back, C-3PO is actually a great minifigure to get. Like, think about it. He's made out of that gold color, you know, not pearl gold or anything, but still that gold color. So that's it for this figure. So here is Han Solo, and there are actually 16 minifigures in this set. So here's the third one. So let's try to do this a bit quicker. Torso print is nice and accurate, as well as the pants. There's the blaster, which is rare nowadays. They only give us stud shooters, which look really bad. I wish LEGO gave us stud shooters and regular blasters, one for play and then one set for display. So there's a back printing, and again, looks so off with no alternate face to show him scared. So that's it for Han Solo, and I like that they include the 5 main characters of the OG or original trilogy. Here is Leia, and this is an exclusive character to this set. It's the Ewok village sort of design. I really like that hairpiece. That just looks so nice. But moving that out of the way, there is her face print, her torso print, and her back face print where she's more mad, and then her back torso print, and she has this sort of skirt piece that's hard to put on. And with the skirt piece removed, there is the printing down there. I'm sort of amazed that Lego did this instead of just giving us just regular flesh-colored legs. Here is Luke as a Jedi with his green lightsaber, appropriate. I'm fine with the pants having no printing. I think that's pretty accurate. Torso print looks really good, and this is 2013, but it holds up today in 2018. That's very nice. Back torso printing. His face out the front, and at the back you see a bit peeking out, but most of the time you don't really see that. And then there is his back face print where he's more angry. Sorry, I forgot. Main 6, not main 5 characters. Here is Chewie, and same as always, just one piece, but here's the older version where, you know, it's more light and not as dark. So yeah, and lost his bowcaster somewhere, so sorry about that, but I'm pretty sure you know how that looks. Starting with the Ewoks, first of all, yes, I love getting Ewoks, and there are 5 included in this set, appropriate. My only complaint is I want more. So we have Spear, and this is Wicket, the one that Princess Leia first meets. Like that head mold, and then pulling it off basically works the same way as Chewbacca, and that's how it looks from the front and the back. On the box, this one is just listed as an Ewok warrior, and this one works with a bow. He has the green sort of head thing, unlike the sort of tannish orange one that Wicket uses. Some stitching on the side, and yeah, this one's pretty good too. Here is Tebow, and he just looks so good. He uses a different head mold than the other ones. I really like the Ewoks. He has a little pouch down there. There's his sort of head print. His head thing that he wears, I don't know what it's called. Maybe animal fur skins, and there's how it looks from the back. He just looks, all the Ewoks here, they really outdid themselves. So good. Here is Logray. He uses the same sort of head mold as Tebow. He has a sort of brick-built staff, so different than the others. There's his pouch and the back just in different colors than the other one, but it is the same mold. I really like that white printing there though. Lastly, we have Chief Chirpa trying to get his staff in, so you can see that it's also brick-built. And he uses the same head mold as Wicket and the Ewok warrior, except different prints. Has a tooth coming out there, and he looks good, and you know, you need the chief. Again, yes, so many great stuff in the set. We get the main 6, then we get all the Ewoks, and now I love Rebel Ender Troopers. I just love Rebel Troopers as minifigs in general, and I especially wanted the Ender one. So there's the sort of rare now blaster, not rare, you know, they canceled it like a couple years back at the time they were going over this video, but nice torso print, nice face print, and I really like the gun since we don't get too much of it nowadays. And yeah, the face is like the same as Hun almost, so that's not that good. But there's back torso print with a hood, and that helmet mold is just so nice. So I'm gonna give it a spin so we can look at that better. Here's the second one with more of a battle face, and sorry I didn't mention, but the last one doesn't have an alternate face. And actually on the box these are labeled as Rebel Commandos, so that's funny. He has some weapons hanging all over. There's his face print. He has the same helmet mold with the same paint applied, and there's the back torso printing. Just love these figures. Speaking of great figures, Stormtroopers. You can always get more of those. There's the sort of older torso print looking at it from the back, and then this is perfect right under the helmet right there. Everyone is so mad that Lego is using angry tone. Lego should do this. This is way better in my opinion, just that black face, so they don't have to be angry, and most of the time you don't see this. And it is identical to the other one that comes in the set. Again, more great figures. Here we are looking at one of the 2 scout troopers. Only going to show one because they are identical. So his leg printing is very nice, and it lines up so well to the torso printing, which is also amazing, phenomenal. There's the back, which looks very nice, and the nice helmet mold. Moving that off, we actually have a face and then some black around it, unlike the Stormtrooper ones. This actually might work better than the plain black head for the Stormtroopers nowadays, so they can still have a face. And yeah, that's how it looks like that. So again, all the figures in this set are amazing. The box is extremely hard to fit on camera within my small sort of studio space, but really quickly up there we have Yoda, the old branding for the Lego Star sets. And now we can get back here. So yeah, overall, first off, I wanted to say that I got this set a year after it released in 2015. I found it at a Legoland and I picked it up. Happy I did that. So like, I didn't buy it for a bad price. I got it for $250 when it originally released. So now, overall, for my thoughts, the minifigures here are so good. The Rebel Commandos, I've been waiting for those, love them. I love the main 6, getting them, especially the Luke Skywalker and the Princess Leia. The other 3 didn't change, but good to get them. Good play value there. 2 Stormtroopers, always good to get those. 2 Scout Troopers, love those. 5 Ewoks, I love Ewoks. This is amazing that we're getting 16 figures in this set, and I love it. And then, other than that, this set is packed with play features. We have that one with the trapdoor there, where he slides down, a ladder, we have a bridge, we have 3 tree trunks. One has a web, one has a hidden compartment, one has one where you can store a figure, and then we have 2 logs that come crashing together. Don't know why they chose not to show those on the box. Then we have Chewie getting caught in a net. We have a catapult, 2 catapults. We have a play feature where you can make Han spin, you can make C-3PO fly, you can tie up Luke and Han, a spear. Like, everything in this set is good for play, for figures, and then display is also very good, and you can easily just turn the houses around. So I am so happy that I got this set, and honestly, right now, I would be willing to pay $400 US for the set, maybe even $450, because this set is just so good and worth it in my opinion. Just trying to show you a bit more of the box here. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this set. Just so worth it. You look at the figures, it's worth it. You look at the build, it's worth it. You look at it in display terms, it's worth it. You look at it in pieces, like the good pieces you're getting, again, it's worth it. Brick for but the only thing is, piece for part is not the best. 1,990 pieces, that's around $200, but this is a $250 set. But just volume of stuff is amazing. $250, there's so much play value packed into this. Like, when I first got this, I played with it for hours and hours and hours. Just had so much fun with it. So I think that this video has been long enough, and I'll talk to you again soon. Please subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and see you again. One last thing though, about a re-release. I don't want them to do what they did with the Death Star and a straight up re-release. If they do give us another Ewok village, I want it to be a different build, not like this. But in terms of figures, you know, I think they could just leave it the same, because that is the perfect amount of figures and variety for like a $250 set. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.